Hail, brothers and sisters! My name is Captain Meatshield, and welcome back to Attack on Factorio, where we are currently hanging around in our absolutely ridiculously sized whatchamajig. It's a oil district, that's what it is. We set this up last episode. I need to actually get some defences in. I'm not entirely sure if I'm spacing these out properly, but at the moment I just kind of want to get them in place because there's bugs outside these walls. It's going to be dangerous. Plans I have for today, we are going to be setting up quite a few new districts, time permitting. I want to set up another couple of kind of basic production areas for kind of like, I want to set up another iron smelting district, and I want to get a stone district sorted out as well, so that we can actually start getting stone brick smelted again. Because hopefully by the end of this episode I want to be making a start on the first of our kind of military defensive towns. So we're going to be needing a lot more in the way of production of the basic supplies that will be coming in and out of places. I should probably just be focusing on getting things like the advanced circuits set up, but for now I think I want to do things a little differently. I think after the oil stuff all gets set up, the first thing most people go to will be stuff like advanced circuits, because that's the next logical step. Once you've got plastic production all sorted, advanced circuits are the next bit that you sort out, along with batteries, so that you can get the blue science operational. But for now, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing things a little differently. First off, I'm going to be setting up all these rail signals so that I can make sure that the trains going along these routes are going in the right directions. And I think that will do the trick. That's got that station completely blocked off in all of the right spots. Good. Okay, so plan of action, we're going to be probably... Where have I left my car, actually? Because I could do with that to get places. Yeah, I'm going to be going off to Beltway to go and grab some supplies for getting things set up in various different places. And we are going to make a start on as much stuff as we can. Hopefully this episode is going to be chock-a-block full of delightful construction stuff. Me avoiding all the things that I need to. I'm probably going to grab some engines so that we can get some more trains set up. We're a bit full. Make some more repair packs, because I'm probably going to be crashing into more stuff in this episode, so I just want to be sure that I am prepared for anything that I'm going to be crashing into. But I also have some plans on what I'm going to be doing with the rails. So another thing we're going down to Beltway for is going to be rails, really. I have kind of been playtesting some stuff in a separate save file, just to kind of give myself an idea of where I want to place things, where I want to have things laid out. And so far things look like they're going to work in quite a nice, easy manner. Which is nice. It's always good when things work that way. I'm going to grab more fast inserters. We'll just grab as much as we can of all these things, actually. Oh, fuck it, we'll have all the filter inserters as well. Let's put in some gates at the south entrance to Beltway, and we'll start laying out some new rails. Unfortunately, with where we are setting up these rails, we've got lots of trees in the way. I want to try and avoid them as best as I can. And now we've got the arduous process of bringing these rails all the way over. Because once this is in place, we should hopefully have a kind of ring system going around all of Central and all of the various different districts that are surrounding it in a nice big circle. So it means we can have train systems that will kind of join this rail system and just have one huge network that goes around this entire Citadel. I think I'm still calling it that. I don't know. I always seem very unsure of it every time I sit down, record an episode, and actually mention that as a sort of title for it. How far along are we? Getting there? There's a big old rock in the way. We're going to get rid of that. Hey, there we go. We've got the first lot in place. First line is sorted. Now we've got to get the other one in place. This might take a while. Hopefully not too long. Oh, fuck. It would help if I wasn't placing them in the wrong bloody direction. Hopefully, well, actually, I don't think I'm going to have enough rails to connect all this up. We'll see. I don't know what that was. Something just fell over. What were you? I think I got ghosts. Yep. We haven't got enough rail. We don't exactly have far to go, though. So that's not so bad. We'll just get back to Beltway, pick up as much as we can, and then make our way back. Because I think I know where I want the locations of these well, at the very least of the kind of ammo district, ammo town, fort town, whatever. What's going on here? Am I lacking supply? What's happened with my train? What's going on up here? Iron train has run out of fuel. I really need to get around to setting up a refueling station at some point. But I think if the trains are running out of fuel while I'm doing all this stuff, it's not too much of a bother at the moment, because like the Citadel isn't completely in operation. Like, nothing too serious is kind of, no serious systems are breaking if any of the trains run out at the moment. So it's not a huge problem if that happens. Once we've got like serious production up and running, where the trains will constantly need to be fueled, that's when we're going to have to start paying attention to what's happening with the trains. But I'm hoping by that point that we'll have the refueling station set up. Oh, we've got some stone here. That's good. Maybe, I think this might actually serve for the location of our stone smelting town. So let's set up a station. I'm hoping to try and completely solidify the first wall as soon as, or hopefully by the next episode. It may be a bit of a tall order, but I want to see if it can be done. Because we've got a lot of exposed areas at the moment, and I want to kind of start feeling a little more secure behind a ridiculously well-defended section of wall. And get all these trees out of the way. Ooh, getting some assaults over there. Shit! There's no wall, there's no turrets over there! Oh no! There's a bug that's just happily biting its way through the wall at the moment. Why did I not think to finish putting in defences? God damn it! Come here, you little git! You! Stop it! Oh. Not happy about that. This seemed like the point it was interested in the most, so I'm just going to put a turret there for now. I've got to figure out further along these lines where I want additional districts to be placed. Ooh, one thing I hadn't considered is that at the moment I don't have access to electric furnaces, so we're going to have to filter out the stone, and we're going to have to get, so yes, we'll have stone, 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 and we're going to have coal unloading from additional wagons. We won't have too much, because we're not going to need too much, hopefully. Right, so now the coal train is going to have its route bring it round here. I will eventually get the power lines to be running like all the way across round the rail network itself. For now, I'm just going to kind of do what I did with Beltway and just kind of drag the power across some of the fields, as it were. So I'll put you there, and we'll just bring the power up. Hopefully the bugs aren't going to be too interested in things and won't really come to bother us. Okay, there we go. We've got power all over here, with the exception of all this mess. So we'll just power up all this stuff. I'm not going to go over the top with the defences over here. I'm just going to plonk some stuff around the station. And then if there are any more, or if there are any problems from then, or from there, then we'll actually start doing something about the bugs. We should be okay for now. There's nothing too much that we should need to be worrying about, he says, with a confident voice that knows no danger. He also doesn't know what the fuck he's on about. I'm not too sure on how many stone districts I'm gonna need. But what we need to do... where are we? There we are. We've got to make a change now to the coal trains journey. Hoping you haven't run out of coal. Or fuel, anyway. But we got more research done. I really do think we're coming to the end of all this red and green science. Combat robotics, that will do. Put a light in here just so I can see something or other. That'd be nice. Right, I'm going to have to make some adjustments up at Vickersville, I think. The junction up there needs to have a little bit of work done on it. Alright, there we go. That looks like it should be a functioning junction. I don't know why you're blinking. Why are you blinking? Probably because you can't function in that spot. Maybe. I don't know. But, right, from Vickersville, this train is now going to go to... What is the name of this town, anyway? Station Combat Dude. Okay, we're gonna go down to Combat Dude. Right, take us away. See if all this works. I think it does. So now we've got this train that's just going to fly all the way through Beltway. It's going to supply some coal over to this little stone smelting district. And then we can actually get the production of stone bricks back in operation. Although, signals here would be handy as well. Yes, they would, wouldn't they? Oh yes, and you're able to go off that way, aren't you? Because you can swing back round. Nice! He's actually making use of the circle. Kind of circle line, I think. May as well just call it that. Okay, let's have this get into production, and boom! Stone bricks. Back in production and fully automated. That's just wonderful. What I could do now is, well, what I could do with doing would be going back to Beltway briefly, just so I can pick up some... where's that assault going on? Up by Vickersville. That is getting some heavy assaults at the moment. I feel like it might be worth going back just to check on the turrets. But I do want to pick up some more rail signals, because I've pretty much run out of the chain signals. I could do with more. Let's go and check on the turrets up at Vickersville, see how things are going. So the guns are doing okay. You've taken a bit of damage, and you are rather low on ammunition. Okay, I'm going to give you a buddy. Right here. Nice, combat robotics is done. And, okay, we're going to research modules, and then I think we've just got the follower robot stuff to be worried about. How have you got no path? Is it because I put in signals that buggered you up? What have I done wrong here? Okay, let me have a look at... Well, let me fill the car up with all the leftover crap that's here. There's an awful lot of stone. I can't even fill the car up now. I've got the space left. We'll go and check up on the rails to see what I have done wrong. I bet it's something ridiculously simple. It always is. Alright, what's going on over here? Oh, I see. I haven't done that. That should get the trainer moving. There he goes. He's on his way. I crashed into a rock. Shut up. So, I've no idea what I'm going to be naming this place. I don't know. Granite Ridge, something like that. We'll see. If somebody comes up with a good name in the next episode or two, well, it'll be by the next episode. I'll come up with something for it by then. But here is where I want to set things up for the new ammo district. It's only a little way down the stretch, but I don't know. I like the idea of having districts that are all kind of still fairly close to each other, but all connected by awesome rail networks. That seems like a fun time to me. Oh no, I'm all out of rails. Again! Damn it. We can make a start on the research for the various different types of modules. They are things that we will need for some higher level crafting stuff, like creating our top level power suits. Some of it will go into making the top level assemblers, and there's a couple of other little bits that use kind of the basic speed, the most basic speed modules. But for the most part, modules are used to improve the performance of all of your equipment, or all of your machinery in various different ways. And there are 3 different types. There's speed, efficiency, and productivity. Efficiency lowers the amount of pollution that something, or the amount of energy that a machine uses, and therefore lowers the amount of pollution it puts out. Speed is kind of it doesn't really need an explanation, it just makes things run faster, but it also pumps out fuckloads more pollution because of it. And then there's productivity, which has, as you see this bar here filling up, there'll be an additional bar underneath it that will fill up as well, and once that fills up you get an extra one of whatever's being made, which can be quite handy. I only ever really bother with the efficiency modules though, just because it stops you from putting out absolute fuck tons of pollution. But one thing I'm planning on doing is, once the power starts being a serious issue and we're up to the kind of 40 steam engines, which is the standard that I kind of go with, then we'll be starting to work on solar fields. We'll get nice little solar farms dotted around the landscape that will provide additional power, and come on tree, get out of the way, and make it much more viable for having things like laser turret defenses. Although we do need to deal with kind of building accumulator stations as well, which are kind of like big transformer things that store energy for you. Oh, that was fun. Just having the coal train go by while I was working on this little rail, or while I was working on this station. Ah, I like this game. I'm especially liking the way that I'm getting things to run now that I've got, the rail network is starting to expand a lot further, and all of the districts are starting to kind of intertwine and become connected to each other as well. It'd be nice to start getting all the rails to kind of loop around all of the landscape and actually look like a complete garbled mess, but it's going to be fun. Right, now I need to start work on this ammo town, which I do have a plan for, as always. Don't worry, I came prepared. So, let's get down to business. Okay, hopefully I've got this kind of vaguely set up in the right way. I think I do. It looks like everything's all in the right spots. I just need to make sure that I run out of bloody inserters. Fuck. Right, I need to make what I need to make sure of is that I am getting the right supplies off of the trains. I might be going a little overboard with the power poles at the moment, but I need to make sure that I'm getting all of my bases covered. So those are all for the production of piercing ammo rounds, because we're going to be wanting to transport that out to various different places so that we can have like automated guns in place, or not automated guns, but you know, automatic loading systems for the guns, which is going to be a fun time once that's all set up. You're going to be for laser turrets, you're going to be for gates, and you are going to be for stone walls. So now we've got automated production of stone walls in operation again, which is good. I'm getting quite pleased with this. Things are coming together not as quickly as I would like them to, but then Factorio isn't really the game about getting shit done quickly. It's do what you can and hope that it all goes well. Okay, what else do I need? I need green circuits. That's one thing that I need. That can come from... Obviously that can come up from the sand, come down here from the sands. But which... Oh, where am I going to get it offloaded? The trouble with this station design is it does mean that things are very compact. And I'm not fantastic at fiddling about with all this micromanagement stuff. I do enjoy it, but sometimes my brain just farts and it doesn't work. Ooh! I can research the modular armor. I need advanced circuits and processing units to be able to build it, though. But we can research it, which is good, because this is the first of the power armors, which means there will be various different modules, or kind of things like energy shields, night vision equipment, batteries, solar panels, which we can then upgrade to fusion reactors, which I quite like the artwork on this. It looks like the... what was it called? Mr. Fusion, I think it was, from Back to the Future. It just looks a little bit like that, and then the portable fusion reactor looks like a arc reactor from Iron Man. So, yeah, all very cool stuff. We'll just get the rest of the module research done, because I've been so busy with all this, I haven't really been paying attention to what research is actually done. I need to go and sort out this iron train, because we're going to need it to come down here as well, and we should probably be sorting out... something in the way of coal loading for some of these trains, because they're not really doing anything. And have I spotted some miners that have run out? I believe I have. That's perfectly fine with me. So we're starting to clear away the copper around all these rails, which is really nice. I'm looking forward to getting all that cleared away. But then we will need to expand out to find more copper veins elsewhere. Which isn't going to be too hard, because there's another little one just outside the walls by the copper smelting, and then there's loads more just lying around. The circuit train also needs to go down to the ammo town as well. So let's add a station. After you've gone to Beltway Lake, you can go to... Ooh, I need to know what station I'm sending you to. Natalie. Okay, we're sending you to Natalie. I want you to go and take her a nice box of chocolates and some flowers. It's me talking bollocks again, never mind. And from Vickersville, you're going to go to... Now, after you've been to Turing Sands, you'll go down to Natalie with your iron plates. Just jump in. We'll take this train down, and we can make sure that things are being offloaded in the right areas. And I'm also already going to go about naming this Fort Town, Ammo Town, whatever it is, because I have a name in mind, and I really like the name that I've come up with. So yeah, to anybody that wanted to suggest anything, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to put up with the name that I've got. But I do like it. I think it's a very good name. And I think those of you who will appreciate this name as well, I think is what I'm trying to say. Right, forget that. Just go straight down this way. You've got a bit of a weird route, so I think at some point we might start expanding on having multiple trains for multiple resources. Some nice clumps of stone everywhere, so that's going to keep that district in operation. Well, I see this signal is working well. Ah, right, I see what's going on down here. I don't think I put any signals in Beltway. Oh, I buggered up the trains. Oh, there goes the circuit train. That seems to have freed up the system, so yeah, I've missed a couple of signals. That's what the problem is. That looks about right. If it's not, then I'll find out soon. Right, we've got the basic efficiency modules all researched. All efficiency, productivity, and speed modules all have been researched. We'll start working on the follower robot count, which is not going to take long before we'll start needing blue science packs anyway. So we are coming down to the last few bits of red and green research. And once we've got these new districts like the stone smelting or stone production and the ammo production all over here, which so far is already going quite well, with the exception of the fact that I forgot to put in an underground belt here. But it looks like things are going okay. The supply's coming in nicely. I am coming up to my hour though, so I am going to draw things to a close here, but I'm just going to name this little district. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you the district of Hollow Point. I was trying to think of names for this district, just on the off chance that nobody else was going to come up with anything. And Hollow Point seemed like quite a neat little name for it because of, like, you know, it being a military-based town. And, you know, things like hollow point bullets, which, you know, fucking dangerous things. But it just seemed, it clicked with me, and it seemed like the perfect name for this place. So that's what I'm going with. This is the district of Hollow Point. It's our first heavily military-based, and, you know, like, especially with defences as well, it's going to be producing walls and gates and all the turrets and stuff. So it's doing more than just providing, you know, producing stuff designed to kill, really. It's producing things that we're going to be using to hold the bugs at bay. But it felt like a rather good, you know, it was just the name that I felt worked best for it. Eventually, I am still holding on to the name of Castle Black for, you know, a district up in the north, but we'll get to that at some point in the future. I'm not entirely sure on what kind of, whether it's going to be a district that's going to have a similar layout to this, or if it's going to be more of a kind of heavy weapons district. But we'll find out as the episodes progress and as this Citadel develops. But for now, I am going to leave this episode off here. I do feel like not as much got done as I was hoping, but then I've had to put in a lot more production stuff. I've had to faff around with all of the trains and just take a little more time in getting things done. But it's going well, and I really do feel that in the next couple of episodes we're going to be getting close to putting in our first serious defensive wall, which will probably encompass most of what we've built so far. I'm also going to do my best to try and set up automated loading for all of the gun turrets that are going to be on there. These walls, these defensive walls, are going to be seriously loaded with weaponry. So it's going to be interesting, and once the bugs start throwing themselves at these walls, they're not going to see the light of day ever again. It's going to be fantastic. So yes, we still have a couple of areas that need to be named. We've got the oil district, and we've got the little stone smelting district, which is currently Combat Dude, I think, and the oil district is Geek Me, but oh yes, radars, I was going to put these in. But as always, if you want to suggest names for districts, go ahead in the comments below on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll just see how things are going by the time next week rolls around. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll get rid of the map. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more Let's Plays or metal covers from me, you can check out the playlists that are on the channel, and you can follow the links in the description below to follow me on social medias. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meat Shield signing off. So I'm assuming we're gonna go make our way over. Ooh, oh, I wanted to peer in. I wanted to be a nosy bastard and have a look in your windows.